If you have ever walked the Ocean City Boardwalk and smell the Thrasher's French fries in the air, the sound of the arcades buzzing behind you, and the fresh ocean breeze hitting your face, then you know why millions of people keep coming back every single year. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a walk, literally, down the entire Ocean City Boardwalk in Maryland. We'll cover where it started, what makes it such a huge draw for this town, and I'll break down the boardwalk geographically from the quiet condo blocks up north all the way down to the inlet. So if you're thinking about visiting or buying property here, you'll know exactly what's where. Let's get into it. The Ocean City Boardwalk dates all the way back to 1902. And get this, it wasn't even a permanent structure at first. It was literally built to be taken apart and stored every winter so storms wouldn't destroy it. Crews would assemble it fresh each summer season. It wasn't until the 1920s that the boardwalk we kind of recognize today started taking shape, with hotels, amusements, and shops popping up along it permanently. Over the last 100+ years, it survived hurricanes, the famous Ash Wednesday storm of '62, and constant rebuilding, and it's grown into one of the most iconic boardwalks on the East Coast. Today, it stretches about 2.5 miles from 27th Street all the way down to the inlet at the very southern tip of town. And that length is actually really important to understand because the vibe changes completely as you walk it. Here's the thing. The boardwalk isn't just a tourist attraction. It's the economic heartbeat of Ocean City. This town's entire identity, and honestly a huge chunk of its property values, are tied to how close you are to this stretch. It brings in millions of visitors every year, every summer, and it's the reason so many people fall in love with this town and eventually want to own a piece of it. So let's actually walk it, section by section, starting up north. If you start at the northern end, around 27th Street, this section is more residential and relaxed. You're going to see a lot of condo buildings lining the boardwalk here. Direct oceanfront units with balconies looking right over the beach. This stretch is quieter, a little bit more laid back, fewer crowds, less neon. For anyone thinking about real estate up here, this is where you'll find some beautiful oceanfront and second row condos that give you boardwalk access without being in the middle of all the noise and foot traffic. It's a great fit for buyers who want that boardwalk lifestyle but prefer a calmer setting. Still walkable to restaurants, but a step back from the busiest part of town. As you keep heading south, roughly from the 20th down through the teens and single digits, the boardwalk really starts to come alive. This is where you start seeing more restaurants, ice cream and fudge shops, souvenir stores, and the classic boardwalk arcades. You've got places like Fractured Prune, Dumpster's Dairyland, dozens of pizza shops, and shop after shop of taffy, t-shirts, and beach gear. The energy picks up noticeably here. More people, more lights, more of that classic boardwalk buzz. From a real estate perspective, properties in the middle zone tend to be a little more sought after because you are walking distance of pretty much everything. But you're not right in the most congested area near the rides. It's kind of the sweet spot for a lot of buyers. Walkability plus a slightly more manageable atmosphere. Now, once you get down into the single digits, think 5th Street down to 1st Street. This is peak boardwalk. This is where you'll find Trimpers rides and amusements, one of the oldest amusement parks in the country. Plus arcade after arcade, more restaurants, and the boardwalk at its busiest and most electric, especially at night. This section is a magnet for tourists, which means the businesses here do incredible volume, and the properties nearby especially anything with rental potential, can be extremely valuable investment opportunities. If you're looking at this as an income property, this stretch is where short-term rental demand is at its highest because people want to be right in the middle of the action. And then you hit the inlet, the very southern end of the boardwalk, and honestly, one of my favorite parts of this whole town. The inlet is where the boardwalk officially ends, and it's got its own personality completely. There's a large parking lot right here, which makes it a super convenient access point if you're driving in for the day. From there, you've got the Ocean City Fishing Pier, which is a great spot whether you're actually fishing or just want to walk out over the water for the view. Just south of the pier, along the jetty, is where you'll find some of the best surf in Ocean City. The inlet creates a break that surfers specifically seek out. It's honestly one of the more underrated surf spots on this part of the coast. But the inlet isn't just about fishing and surfing. That open lot and the surrounding area regularly hosts some of the town's biggest events. Car shows with hundreds of vehicles lined up, music festivals, seafood festivals, you name it. If there's a big event happening in Ocean City, there's a good chance it's happening right here at the inlet. For real estate, properties near the inlet, whether it's South End condos or homes just off the boardwalk, they tend to carry a premium because of that direct access to the pier, the surf, and basically every major event the town throws. It's a completely different lifestyle than the quiet North End, and some buyers want exactly that energy. So there you have it. 2.5 miles of history, food, shopping, rides, surf, events, all packed into one boardwalk. From the quiet condos up north, through the shops and restaurants in the middle, down to the rides and nonstop energy near the inlet. Every section of this boardwalk has a completely different feel and honestly a different real estate market to match. Whether you're planning your next trip down here, or if you're seriously considering buying in Ocean City, understanding these sections is honestly the first step to figuring out which part of town actually fit your lifestyle. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe for more Ocean City content, and let me know in the comments. North, End, middle, down by the inlet, where would you rather be? I'll see you next week.